I think these top 8 teams will make the playoffs. I think Washington, Minnesota, and maybe Seattle have a chance, but really just Washington and Minnesota will be the teams that will be fighting for those playoff spots. And within this, depending on how their season goes, a team like Chicago could get all the way up to like a 4, and it wouldn't shock me. Because you have Skylar Diggins, Natasha Cloud, Courtney Vandersloot, Dejanay Carrington, J.C. Sheldon. That's just the guards. You drafted Gabriela Jaquez. You have Rakia Jackson. You've got Camilo Cardozo. You've got Ezra Stevens. Maddie Westbells, who could be a nice pick and pop girl off the bench, woman off the bench. I almost said guy because I'm so used to saying it NBA-wise. Pick and pop woman off the bench. There's so much talent on this roster. Can you get all of these new pieces who haven't played together in a short period of time and get things rolling? I think this beginning of the season will be a little bit difficult. I think by the end of the season, this is going to be a team that nobody wants to play because they can D up. They've got a lady in Rakia who can go out and get you 25. They've got a veteran in Skylar. They've got a big presence in Carmelo. I think this team by the end of the year could be more of a 6-ish seed kind of style team, but at the 8 because of the fact that I think it's going to take them a second to get going. 7, I got the LA Sparks. Kelsey Plum, Ariel Atkins, De'Erica Hamby, Cameron Brink, and the return in Nneka Ogwumike. That 5 is one of the best 5s in the league. I mean, you've got a top 2 pick in Cameron Brink. You've got Ogwumike, one of the best players in the W history, honestly. It's like Hall of Famer, easy. De'Erica Hamby, very good, has been stretching the floor more and more as she goes on. Cameron Brink as well. Ariel Atkins and Kelsey Plum, who Kelsey Plum can be the best player on any floor on any given night. Ray Burrell, who I'm super high on, played really well in Unrivaled, played well towards the back half of the season. Erica Wheeler, and then Tanaya Latson, and having Sanaya Fagan, a couple younger girls to play out there as well. I like this team a lot. I think that there's a lot of veteran presence, plus they have some youth athleticism. They're just good. I think the LA Sparks are going to be a team to deal with as they were last year. They had a little bit of a down mid-season, which kind of led to the back half of their season not going well, but I think overall this team's very good. 6, we got Phoenix. Phoenix was in the finals last year. They got dusted in the finals because of a lot of injuries, but finals last year. You've got Sammy Whitcomb. She won't be back. A couple people, these players are out as of right now, but they'll be back, and I think what they have in the meantime will be just fine. Sammy Whitcomb, you got Okoye Makani, Monique Okoye Makani. Some of these names I'm going to butcher, and I'm very sorry about it. But Kalia Copper, of course, Dewana Bonner, Alyssa Thomas, one of the best players in the W, Natasha Mack. This team has just got such good high-end talent, and Alyssa Thomas controls so much of the floor. She is such a presence. I think this Phoenix Mercury team is always going to be tough, and when you're going out there with Kalia Copper, who can be the best player on any given floor on any given night, Alyssa Thomas, who can be the same thing and typically is the best, or if not one of the 2 best players, Dewana Bonner, veteran, Natasha Mack, veteran, Sammy Whitcomb, a sniper off the bench, probably if you start McConney. I think that this team is going to be a tough, formidable team and a tough out. And now we get into the top 5 teams. At 5, we've got Atlanta. Atlanta made moves. Obviously, they traded for Angel Reese. They've got Breonna Jones. They drafted Ocott from South Carolina. Big body, can go in there, can do things. I love Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Angel Reese, Breonna Jones with Naz Hillman and Tiana Pau off the bench. That's a tough 7. That right there is a tough 7, and then you get more from the role players that you have there. But Pau, I think in year 2 is going to just continue to blossom, continue to improve. Already a very good 3-point shooter. We know what she can do defensively. I think she's just going to continue to develop as a ball handler, which she honestly was a ball handler before going to South Carolina. She transferred to South Carolina. She was a ball handler at her previous college. I'm not blanking on the college that she was at, but she really played the 1 there. And then when she went to South Carolina, Dawn Staley, obviously with how that South Carolina system plays, changed the way that she played, so she still has ball handling capabilities that she naturally had to use already. I think that she's going to be able to take another step off the bench, could be in the running for 6th player of the year, kind of that kind of level. At 4, we've got the Dallas Wings. Paige Beckers is my favorite women's basketball player of all time. I'm just going to come out and say that now. I got to watch her play at the University of Tennessee. I got to watch her at Knoxville play against the University of Tennessee. They lost that game. It was actually the last loss Paige had in college. So from there, she went on, obviously won, and then last year was the Rookie of the Year, put up 40 plus on the Sparks. Like, I mean, she's already one of the best players in the W. The GM poll came out. If they could start a team with any player, it is Paige, because Paige is Paige. So when you have Paige, you've got Arike. Everything with her that was going off the court is gone now. We're good. Chargers dropped, all that good stuff. So Arike, then you get Alana Smith, runner, our co-defensive player of the year last year. You have Maddie Segrist, who's always been a solid role player shooter. Jessica Shepard at the 5. Off the bench, Lee Yuru, who was able to still... A lot of these players from Unrivaled, you got to see a little bit more and more of them, a little bit more development. Alicia Clark, and then obviously AZ Fudd. You have that. You also have Isaiah James, JJ Quinterly, who both played well last year, Odyssey Sims. This team has a lot of depth, a lot of talent. Can they put together this offense, which they have at the guard position? I love the addition of Jessica Shepard. I love the addition of Alana Smith. You're getting more defense there to go along with the offense. Paige is a very good defender. Arike's solid. AZ is a good defender. So you have guards who are offensively sound, but can also play defense. Obviously, you don't go to UConn and not really play defense. Gino doesn't allow for that. So I love this Dallas Wings team. They have a chance to do something really special here if they can put everything together, and I think Paige is going to be in MVP conversations this year, especially if they are a top 4 team. The top 3 teams, though, in the W are kind of universal. It's just the order you put them in my opinion. At 3, I've got New York. So this is, and what these ratings are here are what my standings are going to be. If you think that New York is the best team, that's fine. I just think this is how the standings are going to fall. And I'll read it overall after. 3, New York Liberty. New coach, so we're going to see how the whole system goes. Sabrina's out for a little bit of time here to start the season. Should be back late May. But you got Lainey Hamilton coming back. She was out. You got Johannes for a full season. She was not there for the majority of last year. Brianna Stewart, of course. Satu Sabali, who will be, I think she's just out with illness tonight, but she will be back. Leonie Phoebish, who will be back, the same thing. Jonquel Jones. So this team has its 5. The rolling out of 5 of Sabrina, Lainey Hamilton, Satu, Brianna, and Jonquel, with Leonie Phoebish off the bench and Rebecca Allen off the bench, and Maria Johannes off the bench is scary. That is just a scary team. They obviously have the ability to go win a championship this year. They're in live for a championship every single year. And as long as they stay healthy, they're going to be one of the 3 best teams in the entire WNBA. At 2, this is standings, not just what I think the best is. Las Vegas. Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, Jackie Young, Nalissa Smith, Asia Wilson. We know Asia Wilson is the best player in the W. We know Asia Wilson, to me, is going to go down as the greatest WNBA player of all time. It's just a matter of time. The Defensive Player of the Year, the MVPs are already there. The championships are already there. It's just really, it's going to be just accumulated. Like, she will be, I think, universally recognized as the greatest WNBA player to ever play and to ever live when she retires. And I'm sorry, Diana. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm sorry, all the other great WNBA players, Maya, and so many other ones. She's done too much, and she's going to continue to do too much. Like, the thing about her, she's got a top 4 resume now, and she's still got half a career left. She's got 5 years in a prime left, and we know WNBA players can stretch their careers out even, like we saw how long Candace was good for. Like, Yeah, Asia's going to go down as a GOAT. But you have those fives, and then Kennedy Carter doesn't play last year, goes overseas, does her thing, comes back. That's an energizer bunny off the bench. Someone's just going to get downhill and be aggressive and be mean, tenacious defensively. Then you got Dana Evans and you got Kristen Bell. This team's good. This team's really, really good. So the Las Vegas Aces is a team that's going to be in championship contention every single year, even if they go 500 for the first 28 games, and then they just go on a streak like they did last year. And Asia goes and comes back, comes from behind and steals the MVP from Nafisa, and then they go to the championship, and then they go win it all. And that leaves the number one team as the Indiana Fever. And I understand that a lot of people, obviously because of Caitlin Clark, are going to be like, oh, the Indiana Fever, of course they're going to be really good. And they're going to be really good because their roster is really good. Not just a Caitlin thing. Without Caitlin on this roster last year, and with them dealing with more injuries, with the whole cramping situation with Kelsey, they were in overtime away. Overtime went away from going to the WNBA finals. No Caitlin throughout that whole playoff run. A crazy fact. Caitlin's obviously going into year 3. She has not played a home playoff game yet. Because the first year that she was in the playoffs, it was a 2-1. So it was the home team, the higher seed, got 2 games at home. And then the lower seed, I always go lower as the numbers, like your 6 is the lower seed, even if you want to call that the higher seed, whatever. The lower seed got the home game last. So she hasn't gotten a home playoff game yet. That building's going to be rocking to get a Caitlin Clark home game. But you got Caitlin Clark, you got Kelsey Mitchell, you got Sophie Cunningham, you've got Hines Allen, and you've got Aaliyah Boston. Then off the bench, you've got Raven Johnson, who's been playing well in the preseason defensively. We saw what she did at South Carolina. Lexi Hull, who is always going to be in the 6th Player of the Year conversations. Monique Billings. Then you've got Dantas off the bench. Tipson, who was good at running, who was good in getting in transition running. This team has got so much there. I think the top 3 teams are Indiana, Vegas, and New York. Order them how you want. And then I think that next crop of Dallas, Atlanta, Phoenix, LA, and Chicago kind of can order them how you want there. And then I think Minnesota and Washington are close to that. Minnesota could creep in it more. That's just really the health of Nafisa Collier and how she comes back. And then you have I think you have 4 or 5 tiers of teams right now. But overall, how I think the standings are going to fall this season: Indiana at 1, Vegas at 2, New York at 3, Dallas at 4, Atlanta at 5, Phoenix at 6, the Sparks at 7, Chicago at 8, Minnesota at 9, Washington at 10, Seattle at 11, Golden State at 12, Connecticut 13, Toronto 14, Portland 15. Which means that Indiana, Vegas, New York, Dallas, Atlanta, Phoenix, LA, and Chicago are going to be the 8 playoff teams I think they are, and I think that the Minnesota Lynx and the Washington Mystics have a chance to make the playoffs.